I'm here in New York with Senator John McCain. Nice to have you on the program, Senator.
Thank you, Maria. Thanks for having me on.
Let me begin broadly about the economy. We are in a slow growth period, plus we're facing inflation, oil, food. What's your plan to take us out of this?
Well, there's a variety of things we have to do. You just used up the whole hour. But look, we have to keep taxes low. We have to make sure that we go to alternate fuels. I think wind, solar, nuclear has got to be accelerated. We can find a way to either reprocess or store spent nuclear fuel. We have to make sure that we're not going to increase taxes. We've got to maintain our commitment to free trade. I know that you know that one of the really small bright spots, and maybe it has to do with the weakness of the dollar, which is a concern, is our exports, okay? Senator Obama said he wants to unilaterally renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement. I am a free trader. The Colombian Free Trade Agreement. What message do we want to send? But what I'm saying there, how that affects our economy, it opens up goods markets for the most productive workers in the world, American workers, and goods and services. And we profit by importing from them as well. So we got to reemphasize our commitment to free trade. But we're going to have to become independent on foreign oil. We have to extend the unemployment benefits. We have to there's a lot of things we're going to have to do to think outside the box, because we all know Americans are hurting, and hurting badly, and maybe more badly than they've hurt in a long, long time.
Look, you said a lot of things there, and I want to ask you about your free trade policy, because some people feel, by the way, displaced by that. But let me back up here. You say you want to keep taxes low, you don't want to raise taxes, you want to cut taxes. Here we are in the middle of a war, which you say is important to our national security. Why not ask people to pay for it?
Well, first of all, Senator Obama, as you know, wants to increase capital gains taxes. I mean, there's 100 million people who have some kind of investment. This war, we're succeeding. We would be able to reduce the cost. The Iraqis will pick up a greater amount of the cost. As we succeed, and we are winning. And the strategy that Senator Obama said would doom to failure and could not work, and still does not acknowledge that it's working, is succeeding. We are winning in Iraq. That will bring those expenses and costs down over time. But I guarantee you this, if we did what Senator Obama wanted to do, and that's a date for withdrawal, there would have been chaos, genocide, and it would have been a lot more expensive in more than dollars.
Given the tenuous situation we find ourselves in when it comes to oil,
yes.
What is your energy policy? Give us specific incentives that are going to get people to conserve, get automakers to make the products that people want, fuel efficiency.
Specific incentives is investment in pure research and development. If we can get that battery that takes a car, an automobile, 200 miles before you have to plug it in, and then only for a couple hours, Americans would go for them. We need to make those research and development tax credits permanent, not hold up the business community every year or two for more campaign contributions. We have to accelerate the whole process of building nuclear power plants. It takes 5 years in Europe to build a nuclear power plant. It takes 10 years in the United States of America at minimum, and we haven't built one in I think 25 years or so, whatever it's been. It's way too long. Clean coal technology is vital. We've got the technology. It's too expensive. We got to improve on that. We have to develop wind, tide, solar, all of those, and unleash the innovative spirit and entrepreneurship of America. We can become independent on foreign oil. We can do that, and we can also attack climate change, and we can also stop sending $500 or $600 billion a year to countries that don't like us very much, and some of that money ends up in the hands of terrorist organizations. Can't do it.
But where does the money come from, Senator? I mean, right now we've got a $500 billion deficit that we're looking at. Even if you eliminate earmarking, that's only $60 billion. Where are you going to get the revenue to do this?
Well, first of all, the size of the federal budget has grown by some 40% in the last 8 years. Reduce spending. Stop the growth of spending. In the 1980s, we break the growth of spending, and therefore we embarked, along with tax reductions, on one of the biggest eras of prosperity, one of the best periods of economic prosperity in the history of this country. So we got to get spending under control. We got to make tough decisions. And in all due respect, when you say it's, quote, only $60 billion, $60 billion is a great deal of money, particularly when every time one of those pork barrel projects becomes part of the budget, it's a permanent part of the budget. Senator Obama has been involved in tens of millions of dollars of pork barrel projects. I've never asked for one nor received one. So we got to send the message that we're going to stop the out-of-control spending. We're going to scrub every agency of government, and we're going to make them justify their existence. And if they can't, they're going to go out of existence.
Lower the spending. Name 3 programs you would cut right now.
Oh, I would have voted against the Farm Bill. Ethanol subsidies. Start with that. Funding for a whole bunch of different defense acquisitions, which is very large. The sugar subsidies. I would eliminate tariffs. For example, on sugar cane-based ethanol from Brazil, we're asking for 55 cents a gallon of tariff on imported ethanol. Meanwhile, by subsidizing ethanol, we've distorted the market and fueled inflation. Farm Bill, inflation. The Farm Bill is a disaster. We're paying people who are very wealthy Americans in agro-businesses while Americans are trying to stay in their home. Help me out.
Senator McCain, the other day, a senior Israeli official indicated that if Iran built nuclear weapons, Israel would attack it. Of course, that sent oil prices soaring. What would you do in that scenario?
I don't think we can afford to have Iran with nuclear weapons. I say that at the end of the day. But I've already had conversations with Sarkozy, with Gordon Brown, with others. We could join together, and there's movement in this direction. With all of our, quote, democracies, a league of democracies, impose meaningful trade, economic, diplomatic, and every other kind of sanction on what is a very weak economy. The Iranian economy is very weak because they got a lousy government. So I would certainly pursue those efforts vigorously, and I think we could have some success. But, of course, the Iranian effort and continued progress, according to the IAEA, towards the acquisition of nuclear weapons is very disturbing. And finally, I would not sit down without any precondition. I'd have lots of communications with the Iranians we do now, but to sit down across the table without preconditions